Yo, check out this headline right here. Okay, couple suspected of buying Bud Light. Okay, couple suspected. Okay, attacked outside a Canadian liquor store. Let's break this down just a little bit. Bud Light and its boycott is having IRL consequences. So in real life, people are starting to, face the repercussions of supporting a tranny brand. Interesting. Okay, couple that with, okay, somebody wants to buy some beer and they just made a bad choice, or maybe they've seen some of the signs that we'll take a look at here in a second, but then also happening in another country. Like, okay, it sort of makes sense, but okay, and I do believe that there's probably a lot more to this, but we'll see. A man and a woman who were mistakenly suspected of buying Bud Light were victims of assault and anti-homosexual slurs. Ooh, all the fun ones? All right. But if they came in together, they would be a couple, so what would be the need for the homosexual or the anti-homosexual slurs? But is that kind of like, the N-word is an anti-African American slur, even though they say it as a term of endearment? So what if two gay guys say the F-word between them two? The rainbow F-word, not fuck. I'm just wondering how all of that mental gymnastics works. Anyways, and a possible hate-motivated incident outside a Canadian liquor store. Don't worry, it's not in my neck of the woods. We're far more based than that over here in Alberta. This was, of course, in the Greater Toronto area, where nothing good happens. Now, we know that Florida is kind of like the ding-a-ling of the United States. The Greater Toronto area, if you take a look at the geographical map of Canada, it's kind of got that same little geographic aesthetic, even though it looks far more syphilitic and AIDS-ridden, which is actually fairly apropos for the Toronto area. A police spokesperson told Global News that the suspect believed the victim made a Bud Light purchase and uttered anti-homosexual derogatory slurs as he approached the victim. Yo, what you buying that gay beer for? I'm sure there was something else to this as well. Like, people might just snicker and scuff, and then if somebody just decided, what do you mean? I just like the beer, just shut up. Like, come on. Two more suspects got involved, and the 26-year-old male victim was then knocked to the ground as the 27-year-old female victim was assaulted, the police report explained. Yeah, there's something else that we're not getting privy to, because people, there isn't roving bands of gay bashers that are just looking for any blue can that's out there, like, for Christ's sakes. Again, up in my neck of the woods, the blue can always signified kokanee, okay? Labatt's to a lesser extent, but it just always came across that way. Whenever you'd see a blue can, you'd turn it around and it said Bud Light, and it's like, wow, weird, but okay, yeah, no, kokanee was normally what it looked like. So while we obviously don't have all the context to this, maybe somebody was saying, okay, oh, you don't want any of that gay shit, the kokanee's just over there, and then somebody took that as offensive, I guess, on behalf of queers that weren't around. Like, what are we doing here? The female victim required hospital treatment for her injuries. The bitch fell down, or was she just trying to square up to a dude, and then she found somebody who allowed her to find out after the attack, which took place on May 6th outside the LCBO, because, oh my God, in Ontario, they've got government-controlled liquor stores. Don't ask. It's fucking stupid. On Jane Street and Major Mackenzie Drive West in Vaughan, Ontario. Although the assault was triggered by an alleged Bud Light purchase, the male victim didn't have Bud Light, a police spokesperson told Global News. So yeah, there's something else behind this, okay? Somebody was being a dickhead. Somebody made a sly remark. There was probably punches and hits that ended up looking something like this, that ended up getting thrown, and here we go. Now somebody's filing a police report, and oh, they said that we were gay. So does that make it a hate crime? Because if it does, then we can get more money that way. We'll definitely check that box. It wasn't revealed what type of beer the male victim purchased at Vaughan, Ontario liquor store. Kokanee. I will guarantee it's kokanee. Police said the attackers may have thought the rainbow coloring had to do with Bud Light following beer brand's recent controversy following transgender social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney. Rainbow coloring? What? Okay, now what are we talking about? I guess there were some rainbow colors on the can, and so it was initiated that way. The three male suspects fled the scene in a black Nissan Rogue. Yeah, okay. Is that a picture of one of the hooligans? Interesting, I guess. I would have anticipated some of the background players to hop in, but I guess that's what it is. But he's got face tattoos and hand tattoos, so I don't think we're dealing with a stable individual, so Okay. York Regional Police released 2 photos of just one of the suspects. He was wearing a black Adidas jacket and jeans with visible tattoos on his jawline and hands. Suspect number 2 is believed to be wearing a red Cristiano Ronaldo soccer jersey, and the police didn't release any description of subject number 3, probably because they only had the race of the individual, because, like I said, take a look at the people in the background, especially in this picture right here. Yeah, exactly. And if they're wearing a Ronaldo the fucking half kit, come on, you know what time it is. And given how politically correct and woke that area of Canada is, come on. It is believed there was a crowd of people nearby at the time of the incident, police report read, asking as other witnesses who were at the scene to come forward. The York Regional Police didn't immediately respond to the post's request for comments. In early April, a photo of Mulvaney's face printed on a single Bud Light can set the internet into a culture war. The internet, huh? How do you explain? Like, there was a little leak to the other videos that are on the side of this, or the other stories, sorry, that are on the side of this. Okay. Bud Light sales, the drop is accelerating amid Dylan Mulvaney fiasco, and it is now spilling onto other Bud brands. Yeah, exactly. Michelob Ultra sales are down. Bud Heavy is down. Modelo's is up. Coors is up. Miller is up. Ultra Right conservative beer is going to crack $1 million in sales in one short month. Signed a giant brewer contract. Like, everybody is failing on the Anheuser-Busch side. And you're having to come up with these wonky-ass interpretation of the facts? Like, come on, man. Then prompted a boycott of Anheuser-Busch-owned beer, leading to a 23.4% sales drop across the United States versus about a year ago in a week of April 29th. According to Bump Williams, yes, the figure is worse than the 21.4% decline in the U.S. Bud Light suffered the week earlier. Yeah, it keeps getting worse. Astoundingly, it keeps getting worse. It is unclear how much Bud Light sales have dropped in Canada since the onset of the controversy. Well, clearly some of the interpretations and implications have some crossover. So, however, since Anheuser-Busch has seen sales plummeting across the entire portfolio of beers, here it is. Budweiser and Michelob Ultra sales were down 11.4 and 4.4 respectively. That sounds a little bit differently, okay? Retrospectively, the week ending in April of 29, Bud Light competitors have taken the opportunity to flaunt their patriotism. Yeah, like you can see with the Yuengling attempts to scoop up Bud Light customers with red, white, and blue cans. And yeah, actually looks pretty good. Like, I don't drink or anything like that, obviously, but those are some nice looking cans. Something that I say fairly often, but that's about the first time I've said it about beer cans, that's for true. And yeah, that's the stupid government, liquor store. God damn, Canada's so fucking dumb sometimes. Just this week, Yuengling launched limited edition red, white, and blue cans to support veterans in a timely marketing move. Yeah, man. Hey, if your major competitor, like, okay, actually, perfect example. When Tim Pool was spurging out about Eliza Blue, I looked at that situation and was like, why are you doing that? Why are you attacking the people that watch your show, saying that they're all bots and they've been influenced by everybody else that's out there? No, here's all the different reasons that you're wrong on this scenario. And then, of course, I threw in some colorful jokes because, hey, that's the shit that I like to do. And there's a lot of people that kind of cross the aisle. Quartering did the exact same thing. I laid out, you're kind of fucking bunk, dude, and here's the reasons why. And again, people came over because there was the guys that are up at the top made a catastrophic mistake. And when there is the opportunity to switch to somebody who doesn't hate you, doesn't despise you, in fact wants to cater to your needs, people will make the change. They'll take the jump. Okay, like, it's not that hard to figure out. Which is, yes, the military supporting nonprofit Yuengling created the cans in partnership with Team Red, White, and Blue logo. That's fantastic. Yeah, the cans boast a desert camouflage print in the Team Red, White, and Blue logo. That is how you ingratiate yourself to a new audience. Like Yuengling, the oldest brewer in the United States, it's a name that I've been familiar with, mostly because it's kind of funny to say, but yeah, they know who buys their beer. The same people who would be likely to buy Bud Light as well, but now they're just saying, hey, if you've been spurned by them, give us a shot. And hey, we actually put our money where our mouth is by supporting this nonprofit for veterans. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Try a new beer, and then also, hey, man, do something good for an intensely underserved demographic of people. that actually have your back as well. So, hey, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You want to get drunk on the weekend? Well, just, before you give your wife a second black eye, you know what? Hey, pick up a case of Yingling and you might have another thought about it. Anyways, Yingling debuted the ultra patriotic release on Instagram post on Monday. Meanwhile, that one's still up there on Dylan's Instagram post, where I found some great screenshots that you guys seen in yesterday's thumbnail. Our summer fit is back. Rock the stars and stripes with us. The caption read. See how easy it is? See how easy it is to market to your audience? All you need to do is just put that out. You don't have to have some dude in an Audrey Hepburn dress get all fancied up with half a six-pack, well, 5 out of a 6-pack. But I thought that it was just one can, just one post. Sure thing. But as the weekend approaches, obviously, people are going to imbibe in some liquid libations. I don't know about you guys. We're supposed to be hitting some record highs where we're going to be touching 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, I'm not even joking. It's going to get wild as shit up here in my neck of the woods. I don't know. People like to have a cold beer on the weekend. That's totally fine. Things are getting bad. Things are getting bad for Bud Light. So Bud Light on clearance at Florida CVS, and not a single one has moved. Yo, take a look at just this. Yeah, one. It's a select picture, okay? Are they on clearance? Not entirely sure, but they're definitely on sale. Budweiser, Bud Light, regular $22.99 for 18-pack, now $19.99. Yeah, don't know if that's just been recently restocked, but as you can see, I don't even see anything that's been moved. They're stocked all the way to the back. Not a good look. Not a good look. And then you mark that up also with this one as well. There we go. We just run it back. Don't need the sound or anything like that. But yeah, as you can see, Coors Light completely outside of the wait, that said it was supposed to be Coors, but yeah. No, but here's all the Anheuser-Busch products. That's right across the screen right there. There's a couple of them that are taken out, okay, and then you got Bud Light there, couple of those, and then that must be the bottles, right? I'm not too sure about all that stuff. And then right on the other side of that, so you got a pallet of Coors and then the pallet of Miller Lite. That must be what that is right there. Yeah, so $18.46 for that. And then right next to it, you got 3 cases of Miller Lite. Shit's not good, bro. Shit is not good for the boys. For them boys over there at Anheuser-Busch. It's a lost proposition at this point in time. Sam's Club's shelves are filled with cases of Anheuser-Busch beer in Port Huron, Michigan. Coors Light is completely empty. Miller Lite pallet only has 3 remaining cases. Bud Light pallet is stacked to the top. Hey Anheuser-Busch, how's that woke ad campaign going? Now, you can, of course, explain that out because maybe Miller and Coors have different delivery schedules, but when it's that different, oh, God, there's only so often that you can chalk all this up to just a mere coincidence when, in actuality, that's kind of what we're getting right here. Nobody wants to buy this stuff. This is no longer just an internet thing. It hasn't been for a long time. You take a look at those sales drops over a quarter, week after week, year after year. It doesn't look good, man. It really doesn't look good. But you know what it does look like? Fucking high comedy at this point in time. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.